In this video, I'm going to be exploring an abandoned railroad from Mankota to Maxstone, Saskatchewan. This rail line started up in 1928 and was closed in the mid-90s. This is located in southwest Saskatchewan, about a 2-hour drive southwest of Regina. Almost all the towns on this route are on paved roads and are pretty easy to visit. So let's begin. Our first stop is Mankota, Saskatchewan. Like all the towns in this video, Mankota was formed in 1928. At its peak, it had a population of 394 people in 1986. The population is now 198 people. I'm not sure if the hockey rink is still in use, but it looks like it is. This building may have been the hardware store or grocery store. And there still is a grocery store in use in town. This was a gas station. It looks like the bank left town too. The grain elevator does not seem to be in use anymore. But surprisingly, it still stands. And here's another abandoned gas station. There is another gas station in town that still operates. Our next stop is Furland, Saskatchewan. This town was actually a French settlement. I'm not sure if this building was a gas station or not, but it looks like at least it was a service station of some sort. And this town has a couple of old Art Deco style buildings, including this hall. When I was here 20 years ago, I shot a picture of the old grocery store. And the church at the end of Main Street is magnificent. The sidewalk on Main Street has been overgrown with trees and grass, and there's still a couple of abandoned houses on Main Street as well. And another hockey rink. This one is definitely abandoned. Our next stop is McCord, Saskatchewan. At its peak, 200 people lived here in the 50s. By 1971, only 71 people remained. The highlight of the town is the CP train station. It is now a museum, and it's absolutely amazing. There's the schedule for the Canadian Pacific Railway. They also got a hold of a caboose. The track is not in the original location, it was moved here. The town still has an operating grocery store. This part of Saskatchewan was very prone to droughts, and a lot of people left this area during the Great Depression. The school closed down in the year 2000. School closures hit towns particularly hard. "25 people still call Mankota home. Right along Railroad Avenue, you can still find the grain elevator, which to my surprise is still in use. Our next stop is Glentworth, Saskatchewan. This town was also influenced by French-Canadian settlers. Baseball also seems to be very popular in this town. A lot of new buildings have opened up along Main Street, and the Royal Hotel is still in operation as a restaurant and bar. This gas station is definitely abandoned. "498 people called this town home in 1981. Now the population stands at about 65 people. Our next stop is Fir Mountain, Saskatchewan. This is a real ghost town. Nobody lives here anymore. When I was here 20 years ago, there were still a couple people who called this place home. There's about 7 or 8 abandoned houses. And the sidewalk is now covered with grass and trees. Some of the roads in the back alleys are so overgrown you can't drive down them anymore. This school closed in 1987. There's no more grain elevators left standing in town either. I'm guessing, but I think most of these houses look like they've been abandoned for about 30 years. And here's how they used to dry clothes. A nice Pontiac car, and the license plate say it was last registered in 1992.
December of 92.
Our next stop is Wood Mountain, Saskatchewan. The Hudson's Bay Company and the Northwest Mounted Police established posts south of the present town. This building is the grocery store and the hotel. The village population peaked at 127 people in 1931. Now the population is about 20. Once you're in Wood Mountain, you're very close to the Valley of a Thousand Devils, one of the most amazing badlands in all of Canada. It's part of the Grasslands National Park. This church does not look like it's still in service, but it may still be used for events. Somehow, the railroad in town is still intact. But once you leave town, the rail line has been pulled out. Our next stop is Flintoff, Saskatchewan. There isn't really anything left here anymore. It never was a really big town. A handful of families live here and not much else. It does, however, have a one-room school that still stands. Our next town is Lakenheath, Saskatchewan. This was nothing more than just a whistle stop. It had a house, a post office, and a couple grain elevators. Here's a picture I took 20 years ago of the post office or hall. Otherwise, nothing else has been left behind, except for one church about a kilometer away on the hill. It's one of the more famous churches in Saskatchewan. Photographers love to shoot it. And because of recent break-ins, they've installed brand new doors. The church was last used in the 50s. I also stayed later on, after dark, to shoot a photo of this church for my next book called Forgotten Saskatchewan 2. That book will be released in April of 2026. And here's my photo. And finally, we'll go to Maxstone, Saskatchewan. We are now going to be driving on grid roads to get here. This rail line used to meet up with another rail line going through Maxstone that is now owned and used by the Great Western Rail. The school was shut down in the 60s. We're only about a 15-minute drive from Assiniboia, Saskatchewan, which is a town with all the services. And about twice a month, you can still see the Great Western Rail train pass town. There's still a few families who live here, and I believe one of them offers tours of the church and the school. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I love exploring ghost towns and abandoned rails. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it in the comment section below. But again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for watching.